My foundation was actually created when I was in St. Xavier's College. Although when I was in 11 and 12 in Assembly of God Church School, I was exposed to a vast number of good singers. 10 times better than I was. I'm primarily an entertainer. If you can't really call me a singer because I'm not a trained singer. I'm an entertainer, self-taught entertainer. I've been booed off stage, I've fallen off stage, I've had plastic bottles thrown at me at Nazrul Manch. Yeah, that was embarrassing. As I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor, as the music dies, something in your eyes, cross the line, silver screen. So college we used to compete in all these inter-college competitions. NRS Medical College, CNMC, you name it, IIHM, IAM, Lady Brabant, Loreto College, all the colleges. In a year, we would participate in about 35 to 40 contests. From there, people used to come up and say, would you just come and sing a few songs at my party? Or would you, I have a small NGO, would you come and sing a few songs? Those few songs, one song became 5 songs became 45 minutes. Then a small charge, I said, 45 minutes, 1 hour is a long time. I'll take 1,000 rupees. So I started singing for 1,000 rupees for about 3 hours. Then I got 31st night at Tolly Club in 2001. That was a big one. Big crowd. There must have been around 4,000, 5,000 people. And they had my name plastered with Hip Pocket. It was Hip Pocket and Shayne Hyrapiet live at Tolly Club. When I was in second year, Tuki of Crosswinds had approached me to be their lead singer. Because they had a singer called Bonnie who had gone away to Bombay. And I was more than happy because Crosswinds was a very big name when I was in college. They were huge. I couldn't believe it because Tuki was one of the judges at so many competitions. But my parents are very strict about studies and they said as it is you don't study that much. If you go and start singing in a band, you'll definitely fail college. So you finish, tell him, be honest, tell him that once college is over, you will join. I had 3 or 4 months left to go. And their contract was starting in a week's time or 10 days. So I told him he was very understanding. He and I are like this now. He's my very dear friend, Tuki. So they had to have a singer. They had to get a singer because they had got this new someplace else contract. That was a very big break for them. So they took Neil Adhikari from Wise. What happened was once my exams finished, it's more than obvious. In those 3 or 4 months, Neil Adhikari had already got set with Crosswinds. He knew all the songs, he knew all the lyrics. So they had become a team, a comfortable team. So there was no more an opening for me. So my parents told me, they said, see, don't be disheartened. If you pass your part 2 with what is it called, first class, we'll give you 10,000 rupees to start your career. And I pulled it off. I got a 65.5 in my part 2. So my parents gave me 10,000 rupees. I took that 10,000 and I went straight to Supriyo Bose. He was my first programmer. Laltu, his pet name is Supriyo Bose. Lives in Bonhugli, next to Shambazar side, North Calcutta. And I told myself, Laltu, this is the case. English tracks I have. We need a few Hindi tracks and a few Punjabi tracks. This guy was a pillar of support for the first 4 to 5 years. He made all the tracks. He traveled with me. He EQ'd all the tracks. He set me up on stage. He used to set everything. Very, very helpful. He was like my spinal cord for the first 5 years of my career. The initial years I wouldn't even do Bollywood. I wouldn't sing Hindi, Punjabi and all that. It was only English. Because in this house we've only spoken one language. It's only been English. In about 2003, I started getting advice from everybody that you should sing 1 or 2 Hindi songs because there's no monetary market. It's not profitably viable to keep singing in English. You'll get stuck at a 5,000, 10,000 rupee charge. You'll be stuck there forever. Max you'll go to 15, 20, you will not be able to go beyond that. Now when I started learning the Bollywood, that is when the embarrassment actually came. My own wife used to bring her friends to laugh at me. I mean, that's how embarrassing it was. So she's banned. There's a lifelong ban on my wife from attending any of my shows. But if I see my wife or my mom or dad sitting at a function, that diabolical side of me, that that mischievous side where I go and tease all the baldis and the bhabis and all that just won't come out. I'll be like a schoolboy standing there absolutely stiff singing till they get up and leave. Then I'll take my tie, my shirt off and my ganji, put my hat on, put my dark glasses and I'll start all my wickedness. All my life I've had people say that, oh, Shayne is very effeminate. He's like a girl. I kept my hair long for two years. People used to tap me from the back and say, excuse me, madam. So I got used to all this nonsense. So then while performing, I used to incorporate this slightly, I used to pretend, act like how they do on these reality shows, act like a hijra and all these crazy things. And I found that the responsiveness was more from the women. So I targeted that aspect of it. I would come on the stage and say, ladies and gentlemen, we don't need the gentlemen. Please feel free to go and bend your elbows at the bar. This part of the program is not for you. Get lost. Women, come forward. Because if you win the women, automatically the men will follow. We're like dogs. But somehow by the grace of God, it's my charm where they think, oh, he's so sweet, he's so cute, bacha ladka, ye wo. Some of them don't even know my age. So we've got used to it. I've mastered it in such a way that if you watch how I do it, you'll think, my God, this guy's got balls. He's got guts. How can you do that? If the audience sees fear on your face, they'll wipe you off. I don't have fear when I get on stage. You have to read the people's faces also, while I'm performing and looking at the audience to see which one I can get onto the floor first, which person I can actually joke with, who I recognize. If I recognize somebody in the audience like a friend, I joke with that person first. My most non-veg, dirtiest joke, husband and wife joke, ganda ekdam, I'll crack with my friend. Then the others think, if he likes the joke, they don't know there's a connection. If he likes the joke, then this guy must be good, and they slowly get onto the floor. Slowly. Within the first song now, I guarantee my clients, within the first song, the dance floor will be full. And this is all by not singing a single song in a movie. I have never featured in a movie, I've never featured in an ad. Like you said, celebrity status, I don't think of myself like that because I'm not a star. I've not sung in a movie, I've not acted in a movie. I'm just an ordinary on-stage commercial entertainer. Plain and simple. Bombay it's sacrilegious, they have killed the country with their genre of music. I shouldn't actually say it because it's my bread and butter, but that Bollywood genre, as it's called, has killed creativity and originality in this country. Killed it. Which is in one way why I'm thankful to the Bengali bands and our local performers that they actually write and produce and perform their own music. Thank God for that. Unfortunately, there's not such a big buying audience, but they're surviving and that's a good thing. There are some singers here who will make the best singers in Bombay look like idiots. I meet Rupam and all sometimes in the market with his wife in the airport and all. I see this guy, he's so famous. Although he's my contemporary, we were in college around the same time, we used to compete. He used to do the Bangla songs, I used to do the English songs. We've been friends for a long time. He's very famous. You could say the most famous Bengali singer now. Apart from Nachiketa, who I've never met, and maybe one or two others. Rupam, Islam's name is big. You see him? How he is? Simple guy. Comes with this guitar. Ki ho, Shayne, bhalo jin, it's all fine, shake hands. It's like we are both still in first year or second year. If we behave like that. We don't roam around with nose in the air. Talk to my secretary, I'm very busy. No, for what? It's not required.
It comes across the way you talk
that is
about
Calcutta.
your colleagues and all that.
That's Calcutta. Calcutta is like that. The city makes us like this. We love what we do, so we don't need to pretend that we are big people or anything like this. No. Work is work. The money comes, the fame comes, you enjoy it, keep it. If you want it to last right till the day you die, you have to be humble. I have one very simple policy that each time I go up on stage, I have to make sure that I'm better than everybody else. 101%. No exaggeration. Some will say I'll give 200%. You can't. You'll get exhausted in 30 seconds. You can't put more energy than you possibly can. You have to give everything and make sure that your act is good. So every time I go on stage, I perform like this is my last performance. That is always there in my head. That today is the last day I'm going to ever be able to sing. And then I start. So when the music starts and I come out, there's nothing to stop.
Cherish the